along Highway 142, County Road 260. Those areas, the storm has moved off to your east. We can kind of pan back a little bit farther to the west as well to give some all clears to some folks in Neelyville. You can see the storm is well off to your east now. So we can go ahead and get out of our safe spot here because the possible tornado has moved out of your area. Culen, you don't want to get out of your safe spot as the possible tornado is moving into your neck of the woods right now. Showing up pretty good on the radar site there from Memphis, and I can kind of pinpoint it out here for you to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. You can see the green right here. Those are winds going towards the radar, and the red, they're going away from the radar. And that right there is the counterclockwise circulation that could form a tornado that is headed towards the Culen area as we speak. Very strong gusty winds are likely even if we don't have a tornado on the ground, but we need to play it like we have a tornado on the ground so we can continue to keep everybody safe in the heartland tonight as these severe storms move through the area. So we're going to pan things off to the west just a bit. Of course, it will change our perspective, and you can see we still have that very strong indication of gusty winds moving across the area. New severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. I need to kind of take a look at it from this angle, and we'll see where that is going. Well, there we go. It's like breaking up on me here. Okay, so the National Weather Service in Memphis has gone with a severe thunderstorm warning for the tornado warning storm that is near Culen. Right now, that goes out until 10:30. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, as it's going to be this storm that has a tornado warning on it for about another 5 minutes. I would suspect if the rotation stays as strong as this is showing, that they may issue or extend the tornado warning for parts of Dunkling County. Did they include a tornado warning or a tornado possible in their wording on that in Memphis?
They
Laura?
didn't.
They didn't. So I think they're kind of waiting to see what happens with this circulation as it gets closer. But I can tell you, it still definitely looks like it's there. We're seeing a good possible sign of circulation from both radars, from the Memphis radar. It's stronger, though, coming off of the Paducah radar, as you can see here. But I think Paducah hits it up higher in the atmosphere. So that's probably something that Memphis is watching closely to see whether they're going to continue the tornado warning into Dunkling County. So, again, we're going to back things up. We're going to get everybody caught up to date. If you're just joining us, we've been at this all night. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of severe weather tonight. We've got a strong line of storms moving through the Paducah area. Very strong gusty winds are likely. We're also watching the possibility of a quick spin up near Joppa, but right now that's not quite tight enough to be concerned about a tornado. We've got another tornado warning out for southeastern Butler County, and that storm is moving into Dunkling County, and it does include the Malden area. And if it holds on together, it'll be moving into the New Madrid County area. Caruthersville, yeah, it's definitely headed in your direction based on the current path. And more storms are developing to the west of this, but so far these storms have been behaving. The energy has been robbed by the first round of storms that has moved through the area, so we really don't consider that these storms will continue to grow and strengthen. We think that things will improve as we head throughout the late evening hours. And we're continuing to see the possibility of a very strong storm, though, in eastern Carter County. You can see that purple shading on there indicating very heavy rainfall and the possibility of some small hail. So let's get back into our tornado warned storm and kind of keep you up to date on it as it's about to cross into Dunkling County. Again, this is the storm right now moving across Culen, across Highway 51 right now. As we take a look at the winds inside the storm, we're still seeing a possibility of a tornado, but it doesn't look quite as impressive as it did just a second ago. So let's zoom in even closer and we'll scope this storm as it's about to move into Dunkling County. Again, Malden, this is headed your way. If it holds together, it probably will go across the northern half of the Malden area. And we'll scope this storm, and you can see there is the possible tornado right there. And again, it's not all that impressive compared to what it was. And I'll take a look at the other source to see what the wind speeds look like in the Culen area. We're still seeing it, but it's very, very broad, a very broad rotation. So what's happening with this storm is it's broadening out, and if this trend continues, that means we will likely no longer have the tornado warning for this storm. It'll be just severe thunderstorm warning for some gusty winds. and that would be an indication of us probably we'll stay with this for about another 10 minutes or so to see if it doesn't strengthen back up. But again, we're tracking a possible tornado in southeastern Butler County. It's near the Highway 51 area right now. And at times I'm also looking at what Laura's scoping as well. She's got velocity data, and she is looking at the storms going across where that bookend vortex was. And from what I'm seeing that I see she's showing, it looks like everything's looking better on that end. So that's some fantastic news as well. To update you on the watch, we have that tornado watch out until 1 o'clock in the morning. This used to go out much farther west. The counties just to our west have been dropped, and I imagine some of these counties will get dropped here shortly. I don't think we're going to have a severe weather threat until 1 o'clock in the morning. I think the severe weather threat will pretty much end shortly after midnight across the area. We still have the greatest tornado threat basically right now is for Dunkling County, New Madrid County, Pemiscot County. We'll talk about Fulton and Hickman counties, also Lake, Obion, and Weakley counties. Probably that's where the greatest threat of seeing a tornado would be, other than the fact we may get a quick spin up with this line that is headed towards Paducah if that continues. But so far, this is behaving in respect to tornadoes. We're getting some pretty strong storms developing just outside of our area along that boundary. That's going to be headed up towards the Evansville area, but we don't have to be concerned about that. And we have more storms that are developing out to the west. I want to take a closer look at that storm that is in southeastern Carter County, because it does look intense. It's very, very small, but it does look rather intense. So we'll get a closer look at that. And you can see this little cell is just to the south of Elsinore, right along Highway 60. And we'll take a look at the scope in there to see what we can see, if there's anything to be concerned with. I doubt there is. It's probably slightly elevated because of the rain-cooled air. A little bit of weak rotation, but it's broad and it's not coming together. The green's out ahead of the red, so we're not overly concerned with that. Definitely hail. There's hail in this. You can see that green area right there. That's some hail on the backside dropping out of this core right here. So we've got some small hail, at least just to the south of Elsinore with that storm in southeastern Carter County. So let's get back to our tornado warned storm. Again, we're tracking this storm for a while now, and it is moving right across Cullin as we speak. We haven't had any reports that I know of. Wibbs, did we get any reports of anything on the ground?
Nope.
Yeah, so we're probably seeing a rotation that's staying aloft, which would be fantastic news for us. But and again, the National Weather Service in Memphis is just going with a severe thunderstorm warning as this continues to move off to the east. We'll take a look at the winds inside this storm once again, and they're still pretty strong going towards the radar and away from the radar. We'll take a look at a different source to take in consideration the storm's forward motion and speed. And we're still seeing a little weak rotation, but again, it doesn't look overly concerning. How long does this warning go out until, Laura, again?
Let's,
actually, you know what? I can find out. Don't worry about, strike that. I'll just hit the question mark, and I think it'll pop up for me. You beat me to it. Yeah, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
The severe thunderstorm warning is still 10.
So this tornado warning goes out until 10 o'clock for about another 14 minutes. So we are going to be seeing this move out of the tornado warning area in about 5 minutes. And if the rotation does not speed back up, we will probably be able to throw things back to our regular programming, although we're getting awfully close to the 10 o'clock hour right now. We've got, again, severe thunderstorm warning moving through the Paducah area. Very strong gusty winds are likely with this. We're seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity develop across northwestern Tennessee, but the cellular nature of the storms, these bright purples that we saw earlier that were very intense, those have since died down, and that is when the overall tornado threat begins to die down as well. Now, we do have this one storm that is moving towards Malden, but again, Malden right now, when I look at it, it doesn't look like a tornado is headed your way. It looks like just some strong gusty winds and the possibility of some hail moving into the area. But again, we will continue to watch this over the next few minutes to make sure we don't get any changes in that rotation. Malden, here you are. Bernie's right here. This core of the strongest storm is going to go right in between Malden and Bernie. And if we do get a quick spin-up type tornado, it'll be on the southern end. So Malden would be under the greatest influence for the possibility of seeing a tornado with this storm. And there it is. We're still seeing that rotation right there. And it looks a little more impressive on this latest scan as it's moving into Dunkling County. So we're going to continue to stay with this for a little bit as we are almost to the 10 o'clock hour, getting ready here shortly for the KFES News at 10. And I know we're going on Fox 23 as well as we continue to track these severe storms moving out of Butler County, about to move into Dunkling County. And there's the possible tornado right there. And again, the National Weather Service in Memphis is going with a severe thunderstorm warning right now for the Malden area. But we're still seeing that rotation in southeastern Butler County. And as we change sources, I'll look at it again from another point and get a different aspect, and we're still seeing it. It's a little weaker. When you put in the storm's motion, it doesn't look as impressive as it did when you don't have the storm motion in. So again, we're probably seeing some strong gusty winds and the possibility of some hail, but the overall threat of a tornado right now does not look all that likely. Laura, are they saying anything on that in the chat room? Are we seeing any damage reports from it?
No damage reports. Again, folks just still sending me hail pictures, hail video. I've also received tons of lightning video because that's quite a show too. If you know you are not under a severe storm and you do want to go outside, there's quite the lightning show with some of these. Still getting reports of penny-sized hail in parts of Kentucky. This one out of Ballard County. About a little bit west of Gage. So that's in Ballard County. Again, penny-sized hail. So I know a lot of you, especially in Kentucky, were saying, you haven't said my city. What's going on with us? Be thankful that we haven't talked about you since that severe storm left what now, a couple hours ago. I know you're still concerned because there's lightning and there's hail and it's windy and it's noisy and we're talking about severe weather. But again, this just kind of shows you the big picture. There's that tornado warning that ends in about 10 minutes, and Paducah did say they're going to go ahead and let it get to that expiration time at 10 o'clock. And again, Grant was explaining well that this is now the National Weather Service in Memphis that has taken over with the severe thunderstorm warning. We still have that flash flood warning in green here. And then this huge severe thunderstorm warning that's still going on for southern Illinois and parts of Kentucky. Again, I guess I should have said earlier, southern Kentucky folks may be wondering, okay, it's hailing here, it's storming, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder. Again, there's nothing severe right now for Callaway County. Murray, you're okay, even though it is raining. And a similar story as we stretch farther into southeastern portions of Illinois, where, again, we're still seeing a lot of lightning and a lot of thunder, but nothing severe there as well. Do want to let everyone know about those latest tornado watches, though, as we will likely slowly start to see some of these clear out, especially in our north and western counties, especially since we don't see anything else redeveloping out this way that's severe. So that will be good news. If you're kind of waiting for the all clear, I would go ahead and just wait until you hear it from us or that tornado watch officially comes down. But all of that yellow, that is officially in effect until 1 o'clock in the morning. So we still may be watching the storm, Grant, for
yeah, we probably will.
time.
We'll watch for a little while. But right now, again, the tornado threat has moved out of the area. They're just going to leave the tornado warning out until 10 o'clock. We're not seeing a real tornado threat in the Dunkling County area. We'll continue to monitor it closely as it heads towards Malden. If that circulation tightens up, we'll jump right back in to cover this. But for right now, we're going to toss things back to regular program.